Hello guys, welcome to Dimma Tutorials. If this is your first time on this channel, this is Dimma Tutorials. Dimma Tutorials is an educational channel on YouTube. What we do here is to help students prepare for their exams in the use of English and in literature. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please click on the subscribe button so you can get instantly notified whenever we upload a new video. And we have several other videos that will help you in preparing for your exams in the use of English and in literature. I advise that you check them out. So we are starting with question 11. We are skipping question 1 to 10 because question 1 to 10 is comprehension, and comprehension, as you already know, is hardly repeated in Jamb exams. In each of the questions 11 to 20, choose the option that best complete the gap or gaps. Question 11. I shall find time for my dash when I get dash with the difficult assignment. Option A, past time / over. B, past time / over. C, past time / through. D, past time / through. Here, what the examiner is trying to find out is whether you know the meaning and the correct spelling of the word past time. Past time simply means hobby. Hobby is an activity that you like to do when you are at your leisure. PASTIME is the word for the activity you like to do at your leisure. And you get through an assignment and not over an assignment. That's why somebody will ask you, are you through with the assignment? And not, are you over with the assignment? Now, let's move on to question number 12. After so many trials, the experiment dash. A, paid up. B, paid for. C, paid out. D, paid off. Let's look at the meaning of the options. Option A, paid up. Paid up means to pay an amount of money to be a member of an association or a club. Paid for means to pay an amount of money for an item. Option C, paid out, is not even a good collocation in the English language. Option D, paid off, means to make profit or gain from something. So the correct option, the correct answer to this question is option D, paid off. What the sentence is saying is that after so many trials of the experiment, they finally made profit or gain from it. Number 14. The chairman refused to shake dash with the secretary. Option A, hand. Option B, his hand. Option C, hands. Option D, his hands. The activity of greeting a person or congratulating a person by holding the person's hand is referred to as shaking of hands. So the expression is the chairman refused to shake hands with the secretary. The chairman refused to shake hands with the secretary. So the option C is the correct answer. Question 15. Wherever the leader went, the people struggled to catch dash of him. Wherever the leader went, the people struggled to catch dash of him. A glimpse. B, look. C, view. D, picture. The correct answer is A, glimpse. Wherever the leader went, the people struggled to catch a glimpse of him. A glimpse means to see. Look means the same thing. You can catch a glimpse of something, take a look at something, take a view of something, and take a picture. So the only option that has to collocate with catch is glimpse. View has to do with seeing, and picture means image. So the correct answer is A. Now let's look at question 16. Question 16 says, Mrs. Okoro dash in this school since 1975. Mrs. Okoro dash in this school since 1975. A, taught. B, has been teaching. C, was teaching. D, is teaching. Here the examiner is trying to find out if you know how to use your tenses. Because of the use of the word since in this sentence, the sentence is in the present perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous tense shows that something started in the past and is continuing at the present time. The present perfect continuous tense is formed using has or have been plus a verb that is in the present continuous tense. A verb is in the present continuous tense when it ends with ing. So, because the activity started in the past and it still continues, so that means the sentence is in the present perfect continuous tense. So we are going to use the option that has been plus a verb that ends with ing. So option B is the correct answer because a present perfect continuous tense is usually formed with has been plus a verb that ends with ing. Number 17. I was seriously disappointed when the dash between the two teams ended goalless. A. March. B. Marsh. C. March. D. March. Here the examiner is trying to find out if you know the correct spelling of the word match. Match, which is a word used to represent a game played by two teams or by two people. Okay, let's look at the options. Option A, march, M-A-R-C-H. It means the third month of the year. And option B, marsh. Marsh means to crush something into a soft form. Option C, M-A-T-C-H, means a game where two people or two teams compete against each other. So the correct answer is C, which talks about game played by two people or two teams. And option D, M-A-R-T-C-H, does not even exist in the English language. Question 18. The young man looked carefully at the document, but he couldn't make dash what it meant. Option A, up. B, out. C, off. D, through. Let's look at the options. Option A, make up. Make up means to settle a quarrel or different components of something. Make out means to understand something or to get the reason for something. Make off, that's option C. Make off means to run away or steal something and run away so that you will not be caught. Then option D, make through. Through does not collocate with make. It can collocate with make it. So you don't say make through, you say make it through. Question 19. While the worshippers closed their eyes in prayer, a thief made dash with the collection. While the worshippers closed their eyes in prayer, a thief made dash with the collection. A, away. B, up. C, by. D, through. Now let's look at the options. Option A, away. Made away. To make away, I hope you know that the past tense of make is made. To make away means to steal. Option B, up. To make up means to settle a quarrel or components of something or to concoct a story. Option C, by. Made by. You use by when you want to say that somebody created something or somebody invented something. And option D, through. Like I said earlier in the other question, you don't say make through or made through. Rather, you say made it through or make it through. So option D is actually incorrect. The correct answer is option A, away. While the worshippers closed their eyes in prayers, a thief made away with the collection. Question 20. If you keep playing with the door handle, it will get dash. A, lose. B, lost. C, loosed. D, losing. Here the examiner is trying to test your knowledge on the different forms a verb can take in a sentence. The correct answer to this question is C, loosed. Because when you use get as a linking verb in a sentence, a linking verb is a verb that expresses a state or condition of something. The state or condition has to be in the past. For example, get used to drinking tea in the morning. Get dressed for the party. So whenever you use get as a linking verb, the verb that follows it is going to be in the past tense. So that's why I'm choosing option C, loosed. If you keep playing with the door handle, it will get loosed. Let's go to the next section. In questions 21 to 30, choose the option nearest in meaning to the underlined word or words. In this tutorial, please, I'm not going to be underlining the words, but I'm going to be capitalizing them. This is due to the limited functions in the app that I'm using. I hope you understand. So let's look at question 21. Thousands of students are candidates, but only very few pass. Now we're looking for the word or words that will be the closest in meaning to the words are candidates. We have option A, come in, B, call for, C, go into, D, enter for. When you are a candidate for an exam, you are said to have entered for that exam. For example, when you register your Jamb, you have become a candidate, and you are also said to have entered for Jamb. You are not said to have come in for Jamb, call for Jamb, or go into Jamb. Rather, you are said to have entered for Jamb. So the correct answer is enter for. Enter for is the nearest in meaning to our candidate. Let's look at the next question. Question 22. For all he cared, the game was as good as lost. For all he cared, the game was as good as lost. A. He did not care if the game was lost. B. He could not care less if the game was lost. C. He was almost certain that the game would be lost. D. He was afraid the game would be lost. Remember, we are looking for the words that is closest in meaning or nearest in meaning to the underlined words, that is the capitalized words in this case. For all I care or for all he cares simply means that I don't care or he does not care. So we're going to look for the option that says that he does not care or he did not care. So option A, he did not care if the game was lost. That's the correct answer. He did not care if the game was lost. So there's no need considering the other options. Question 23. The meeting was cancelled because of the convocation. The meeting was cancelled because of the convocation. A. Brought up. B. Called off. C. Broke off. And D. Phased out. So we are looking for the word or words that is closest in meaning to the underlined word cancelled or the capitalized word cancelled in this case. So let's consider the options. Option A, brought up. Brought up means raised up. For example, to raise up an issue in a meeting. Option B, called off. Called off means cancelled. Option C, broke off. Broke off means to be separated from something. And option D, phased out. Phased out means to gradually end. So the correct answer is option B, which means cancelled. So you can actually say the meeting was called off because of the convocation. Let's look at question 24. Ayodeji is an ardent supporter of education for the child. Ayodeji is an ardent supporter of education for the child. A. Cogent. B. Passionate. C. An ignorant. D. An optimistic. You are looking for the word that is closest in meaning to the word ardent. Ardent means to be enthusiastic or to have strong feeling for something. To be enthusiastic or have strong feeling for something, that's the meaning of ardent. So we are looking at the word that is closest in meaning to the word ardent. Let's look at option A. Cogent means to be convincing, to be able to convince somebody. Passionate means to be enthusiastic or to have strong feeling for something. Ignorant means not to know much. D, optimistic means to be hopeful. So the correct answer is passionate, option B. So you can actually say Ayodeji is a passionate supporter of education for the child. So ardent and passionate mean to be enthusiastic and also to have strong feeling for something. Question 25. The exhibition was an eye-opener to all. So we are looking for the word closest in meaning to exhibition. So let's look at the option style. Style means a way something is done or a way a cloth is designed. B, examination. You already know what examination is. There's no need wasting much time on that. C, dispatch. Dispatch means to send. And D, display. Display means to show something to people. So exhibition actually means to show something to public. Maybe a work of art to the public. So the closest meaning to the word exhibition is display. Question 26. As a journalist, Bola has always had a nose for stories. Option A, an instance. B, a command. C, soft comment. D, cynical statement. So we are looking for the option that has closest meaning with the words a nose. To have a nose for something is an idiom, which means to have a natural ability to understand something or to see something. Now let's explain the options. I'm going to start from option D. Option D is cynical statement. Cynical statement means to make a statement that shows that you don't value the topic or the thing you are talking about, that you don't really put much importance to it. And sometimes to make a comment or a statement without minding whether it will hurt some people. Option C, soft comment. Soft comment means to say something nice. Option B, a command. A command means that he has or she has authority in the story. Then option A, an instinct. An instinct means that he has a natural ability to understand the story or to see whether there is a story. So the correct option is option A, an instinct. Question 27. Nwankwo was on the verge of signing a 2-year contract with the club. Nwankwo was on the verge of signing a 2-year contract with the club. So we are looking for the word closest in meaning to the word verge. Now let's look at the options. Option A, brink. Option B, summit. Option C, height. Option D, shore. Okay, like in the previous question, let's look at the meaning of the options from option D. Shore means the land that is beside maybe river or sea or lake. The land beside a water body is known as shore. Height is a high point of something. Option B, summit. Summit means the highest point of a mountain. Option A, brink. Brink means the closest point or the nearest point of land or something else, like mountain. So the closest meaning to the word verge is actually brink, option A. Verge means the closest moment or the nearest moment before something happens. That is, when something is about to happen. So the sentence is saying that Nwankwo was on the closest point or the nearest point of signing a 2-year contract with the club. Like I told you, verge means the closest point or the nearest point before something happens. Just like brink. Brink means the closest point or the nearest point of a land or mountain. Question 28. The governor told the chief that he was only on a routine tour. Option A, normal and regular visit. Option B, unplanned encounter. C, surprise and impromptu check. D, working visit and homage. The word routine means the normal order and the way in which you regularly do something. So the correct option is option A, normal and regular visit. 29. The new ruler is big-hearted in his dealing with the people. Option A, proud. B, cruel. C, soft. D, generous. A big-hearted person is a person who likes to give, who is compassionate and kind. So the correct option here is option D, generous. Generous means to like to give, like to help someone. Question 30. The essay topic is nebulous. The essay topic is nebulous. A, distant. B, incorrect. C, vague. D, clear. Okay, let's look at the meaning of the word nebulous. Nebulous means not to be clear. You say something is nebulous when that thing is not clear, when you don't understand something or you can't see something clearly. Something is distant, that's option A. Something is distant when it's clear, when you can see something very clearly or understand something very clearly. Incorrect means not correct, as you already know. Vague means not clear. Clear means something you can see very well or hear very well. So the correct answer is option C, vague. Vague has the same meaning as nebulous. Let's move to the next section. In each of the questions 31 to 35, select the option that best explains the information conveyed in the sentence. 31. The event of last Friday shows that there is no love lost between the principal and the vice principal. Option A, they like each other. Option B, they work independently. Option C, they couldn't part each other's company. Option D, they dislike each other. When you say there is no love lost between two or more people, you are simply saying that they still like each other. So the correct answer to the question is option A, they like each other. 32. If you were here, it could be more fun. If you were here, it could be more fun. He did not show up, so the occasion lacked much fun. Option A. Option B. He was being expected to supply more fun. Option C. There was no fun because he was not present. Option D. He was expected but did not show up to leaven the occasion. In asking this question, you have to be careful. Make sure you understand the statement and make sure you do not supply more information to the statement. The correct answer to the question is option A. He did not show up, so the occasion lacked much fun. The statement did not tell us whether he was being expected or not. So that's why we're going to rule off the options that have been expected. According to the statement, the people had fun, but not as much as they could have had if he were there. So that's why we're going to rule off option C, which says there was no fun because he was not present. The statement is not saying there was no fun at all. Not that there was fun, but they could have had more fun if he were there. So that's why option A is the correct answer. Question 33. Adawo is an arm. Option A. Adawo behaves quaintly. B. Adawo behaves differently. C. Adawo behaves decently. And D. Adawo behaves badly. To say someone is an arm is an idiomatic expression used in referring to someone who is loud and disturbing, who behaves in a way that people do not admire. So that makes option D the correct answer. Adawo behaves badly. Question 34. The man reasoned that there ought to be a limit to sycophancy. There ought to be a limit to sycophancy. Option A. There can be no favour beyond a reasonable point. B. Sycophants need not talk all the time. C. People should know when not to use flattery words. D. Sycophants should know when to grant people's requests. The man reasoned that there ought to be a limit to sycophancy. Sycophancy means praising people, especially important people, in a way that is not sincere. He's saying that there should be a limit. You should know when to and when not to use flattery words or words that will make people feel good about themselves. Option C. People should know when not to use flattery words. Option C is the correct answer because Option C is talking about the same thing with the statement. The both of them are talking about using flattery words, that is, praising someone insincerely, and the times that it should not be done. Now let's look at the options. Option A, there can be no favour beyond reasonable point. The statement is not talking about favour that comes from sycophancy. So option A is incorrect. Option B, sycophants need not to talk all the time. Sycophants need not talk all the time. In the statement, the man is not talking about the number of times that praise singers or sycophants need to talk. Option D, sycophants should know when to grant people's requests. And of course, the statement is not talking about sycophants granting anyone's request. So option D is already ruled out. Question 35. The organization is constantly in a state of flux. The organization is constantly in a state of flux. Option A. There are periodic changes in the organization. B. The organization is facing a difficult time. C. The organization is experiencing good times. D. The organization is moribund. The word flux means continuous changes or continuous movement. So the correct answer is A. There are periodic changes in the organization. Now let's move to the next section. In each of the questions 36 to 45, choose the option opposite in meaning to the underlined words, and in this case, capitalized words. Question 36. The witness averred that she had seen Dawson at the scene of the crime. The witness averred that she had seen Dawson at the scene of the crime. A. Agreed. B. Confirmed. C. Denied. D. Affirmed. So we are going to choose the option that is opposite in meaning to the word averred. The word averred means declared or affirmed or asserted. Now we are to choose the option that is opposite in meaning to the word averred. Alright, let's look at the options. Option A, agreed. Agreed has a similar meaning to the word averred. Confirmed also has a similar meaning to the word asserted or averred. Option C, denied. Denied is the correct answer because it's the direct opposite of asserting something or agreeing to something. So we are going to choose option C, which is denied. And you already know that another meaning of averred or another word for averred is affirmed. So option C is the correct answer. Okay guys, at this juncture, I would like us to take a little break. Or while you take a little break, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, it doesn't consume your data, it doesn't cost anything at all. Just click on the subscribe button so I can get instantly notified whenever I upload a new video. And also help us promote this video on YouTube. Thank you very much because I trust you are going to click on that subscribe button right now. Okay, while we wait, while we rest, I would like us to run through the tips that will help us to answer comprehension questions correctly. Comprehension is an article or story given to you and you are expected to answer questions on it. There are different types of comprehension questions. We have direct question. Direct question usually come between number 1 to number 3. The answer is usually found in the passage. If you look at 2018 past question from number 1 to number 3, you find out that you see the answers to the questions that are being asked in the passage. Another type of question you can find in a comprehension passage is inferential question. Inferential question, it is from the word infer. Infer means to imply. In this type of questions, you are expected to think out what the author means. The answer to these questions are not found in the passage. And these kind of questions usually occur from question 4 to question 6 of the passage. Thirdly, another question or another type of question that you should be expecting to see in your comprehension question is on figures of speech. Figures of speech. It's important for you to know the different figures of speech there is in the English language, even if you're not a literature student. In this type of question, we are given an expression and we are asked to identify the figure of speech in the question. Alright, let's move on to the last one. The last type of question that you might be asked is on vocabulary. On vocabulary, here a word is underlined and you are asked to find a word that will rightly fit into the space if that word is removed. For example, in 2018 past question, we have the word manic in question 5. The question says, in the passage, manic pleasure means. So here we are expected to know the meaning of manic pleasure. Manic pleasure means unlimited pleasure. So if you know the meaning of the word manic, it is very easy for you to know the answer. And if you place unlimited pleasure where you have manic pleasure in the passage, it will still fit and have the same meaning. Okay guys, those are the things that will help you to answer your questions correctly on comprehension. So guys, I would like to apologize for the noisiness of this video. I couldn't just help it. Alright, let's move over to the next question. Question 37. The governor's visit was an unprecedented event in the history of the social club. The governor's visit was an unprecedented event in the history of the social club. Option A perfect, B, momentous, C, an insignificant, and D, unnecessary. So we have to choose the option that is opposite in meaning to the word unprecedented. The word unprecedented means something that has not happened before, especially something special or something important. So now let's look at the options. Option A perfect. No, it's not a direct opposite of the word unprecedented or something important that has not happened before. B, momentous. Momentous means something that is happening at the moment. Option C, an insignificant. Like I said, unprecedented means something that has not happened before, especially special things and things that are worthy of note. So, looking at option C, insignificant. Insignificant means something that is not noteworthy, something that is not special at all. So, the correct answer to the question is option C, an insignificant, which is direct opposite in meaning to the word unprecedented. And option D, unnecessary. Unnecessary means something that is not required. Question 38. Our principal took exception to the ignoble role the teacher played in the matter. Our principal took exception to the ignoble role the teacher played in the matter. We are looking for the word opposite in meaning to the word ignoble. Let's look at the options. Option A, embarrassing. B, dishonourable. C, extraordinary. D, popular. Ignoble means something embarrassing, something that should be ashamed of. So I'm looking for the word that is opposite in meaning to the word ignoble? A. Embarrassing. Of course, embarrassing is similar in meaning to the word ignoble. B. Dishonourable. That is the correct answer. Dishonourable, something to be ashamed of. C. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Extraordinary means something great, something that is wonderful. D. Popular. Popular means something that is of common knowledge to everyone. So, like I said, the correct answer is dishonourable. Something ignoble is something to be ashamed of, and something dishonourable is something to be ashamed of. Question 39. He is notorious for his drunkenness. He is notorious for his drunkenness. Option A, known. B, well known. C, popular. D, renowned. Let's look at the meaning of the word notorious. Notorious means to be well known or popular for something bad. Like you can say somebody is a notorious armed robber. That means the person is a popular, well-known or known armed robber. So option D, renowned. Renowned means to be respected, to be admired for something good. The answer is option D, renowned. Like I said, renowned means to be respected or be esteemed very high for something good. So the word renowned is the word that is opposite in meaning to the word notorious. Question 40. The severity of the harmattan helped me to complete my writing assignment in record time because I had no choice but to lock myself indoors. We are looking for the word opposite in meaning to the word severity. Severity. Option A, warmth. B, mindless. C, moderation. D, leniency. Severity means something that is extremely bad or serious. So let's look at the options now. Option A, warmth. Of course, you know that harmattan is usually not warmth. And we are not talking about coldness, which is the opposite in meaning to the word warmth. B, mindless. No. C, moderation. Moderation means something that is neither high nor low. D. Option D, leniency. Leniency means not so serious or not so bad as expected. So the correct answer is D, which is the direct opposite in meaning to the word severity. Question 41. This card entitles you to attend the film show. This card entitles you to attend the film show. Option A, disqualifies. B, discourage. C, disenchants. D, satisfies. So we're looking for the word opposite in meaning to the word entitles. Entitles means to have rights over something or to qualify for something. And the only word amongst the options that is opposite in meaning to the word entitles is disqualifies. Disqualifies means not to have rights over something, not to qualify for something. So option A is the correct answer. I believe you know what it means to discourage. And to disenchant means to be uninterested. And option D, satisfies. I believe you know what satisfies means. That means to be okay, to be alright about something. Question 42. He is loved for his altruism. He is loved for his altruism. We are looking for the word opposite in meaning to the word altruism. A, benevolence. B, sincerity. C, selfishness. D, selflessness. Altruism is the fact of caring about people's wants, people's happiness, even more than your own. To be altruistic means to be selfless, to care about people more than yourself. Now let's look at the options. Option A, benevolence. Benevolence means to love to give, somebody who can easily give. Option B, sincerity. Sincerity means to be on the truth side. Then option C, selfishness. Selfishness means to care more about yourself, even more than other people's want. To care about yourself first, to satisfy yourself first before considering doing anything for other people. So that's the correct answer, selfishness, which is the direct opposite in meaning to the word altruism, which means selflessness. And option D, selflessness, you already know is the meaning of altruism. Question 43. The journalist said he was working freelance. The journalist said he was working freelance. Option A, tireless. B, without pay. C, satisfactorily. And D, dependently. To work freelance means to work independently. To work and sell your work to people or organizations without actually being employed by that organization or those people. Now let's look at the options. Option A, tireless. That means to work without getting tired. B, without pay, meaning to work without being paid. C, satisfactorily, meaning to work in such a way that to impress the person that you're working for, which could be the employer or the person you are selling the work to. D, dependently. That means to work for a particular place or to rely on a particular person or a particular organization. And as I said, freelance means to work independently without relying on a particular organization or a particular person. So if I'm a freelance, maybe a freelance writer, that means I write and I sell my writings to anybody I want to sell it to. So the correct answer to the question is option D, which is dependently. Question 44. The Flying Eagles put up a plucky defense against their opponent. The Flying Eagles put up a plucky defense against their opponent. Now we are looking for the word that is opposite in meaning to the word plucky. Let's look at the options. Option A, strong. B, weak. C, careless. D, tactful. To be plucky means to be determined, to be brave. Let's look at the options. Option A, strong. Strong is not the opposite meaning to the word brave or plucky. I believe you know the meaning of being strong, or when you say something is strong. Option B, weak. Weak means something that is not brave, something that is not strong. So the correct answer to the question is option B. When something is not plucky, you can say that that thing is weak, or that thing is not strong. So option C, careless, is ruled out. I believe you know the meaning of careless. Tactful, which means to be extremely careful about something or someone in order not to annoy the person. Question 45. We found a shady place to display. So we are looking for the word that is opposite in meaning to the word shady. We have option A, an open. B, an unsafe. C, a stuffy. D, an enclosed. A shady place is a place that is not directly exposed to the sun. A place where you have something covering you from direct exposure to the sun. Now let's look at the options again. Option A, an open. Option A, an open. Like I said, a shady place is a place that prevents sun rays from directly getting to you. So the opposite of a shady place is an open place, not an unsafe place, or a stuffy place, or an enclosed place. In each of the questions, 46 to 55, choose the word or words or phrase or phrases which best fill or fills the gap or gaps. Question 46. The sea wave continued to dash the cliff of the west coast constantly. So we are to choose from the options the word that will fill the gap. Option A, impair. B, rub. C, knock. D, erode. The correct answer is option D. Erode is the word used in describing the activities of water or wind. Question 47. I would have been surprised if you dashed the orange. A. Plucked. B. Have plucked. C. Had plucked. And D. Did pluck. The correct answer is option C, because the sentence is in the past perfect tense. I know you are wondering, how do I know when a sentence is in the past perfect tense? Okay, a sentence is in the past perfect tense when it indicates an action that was completed at a point in the past, and it talks about a specific instance. A past perfect tense is usually formed by had plus the past tense of the verb. Had plus the past tense of the verb. And in this sentence, pluck is the verb and the past tense of pluck is plucked. The sentence talks about a particular instance in the past when I was watching to see if you would pluck the orange. For that reason, we are going to use the past perfect tense marker, which is had, plus the past tense of pluck, which is plucked. So option C is the correct answer, had plucked. I would have been surprised if you had plucked the orange. Question 48. By the time the plane reaches Harare, it's dash in the air for 12 hours. A. Has been. B. Would be. C. Would have been. D. Should be. The correct answer is would have been C. This is because the second part of the sentence is in the conditional past tense due to the presence of the first part of the sentence by the time the plane reaches Harare. When a sentence starts with by the time, it puts the sentence in a conditional past tense. And conditional past tense includes would have, should have, and could have. Question 49. The patient is suffering from dash. A. Rheumatism. B. Rheumatism. C. Rheumatism. D. Rheumatism. Here the examiner is trying to find out if you know the correct spelling of the word rheumatism. Rheumatism is spelled R-H-E-U-M-A-T-I-S-M. So the correct answer is option D, rheumatism. Question 50. We saw Ifweko dash an egg on the wall. A. Smashed. B. Smash. C. Smashing. D. Smashes. The correct answer is smash, because the sentence or the statement is in the direct speech form. If it was in the reported speech form, you would have said smashed. So because it's in the direct speech form, we are going to use the simple present tense, smash. So the sentence will go like this. We saw Ifweko smash an egg on the wall. We saw Ifweko smash an egg on the wall. Okay, before we answer the remaining 10 questions, I would like to use the opportunity to tell you guys that we have a video on the different figures of speech. So if you have problems with figures of speech, please watch the video. I'm going to be leaving the link at the description box. Click on the link and watch the video. It will really help you. And if you're a literature student and you're watching this video, I advise you to check out our videos on the different poems that you're going to be writing. We have analyzed poems like Piano and Drum and some other poems that are recommended by Jamb. So please watch the videos. Question 51. Knowledge of figures of speech as well as idioms and lexical terms dash in this section. Option A is tested. Option B have been tested. Option D or rather C are tested. Option D was tested. The correct answer is option A, because there is a Concord rule that says that you should use a singular verb when two words or two sentences are joined with as well as. So that's why we're choosing option A, is tested, and not are tested or have been tested. The sentence is in the present tense. So we're not going to use have been tested because we're not talking about something that has happened. Or was tested because it will change the sentence into a past tense. Question 52. The answers to the questions were discussed. Dash the students. Option A, between, B, by, C, for, and D, to. The correct answer is option A, because to discuss will involve more than one person. It will involve about two or more students. So that's why we're choosing option A. Because discussion involves more than one person, that's why you cannot use by, or for, or to. Question 54. If it had rained, we would have had to postpone the concert. It didn't rain, so dash. Option A, we won't have to. B, we would have had to. C, we wouldn't have to. And D, we didn't have to. To answer this question, you have to pay attention to the second sentence. It did not rain, so because the second sentence is in the past tense, that will rule off option A. We won't have to, because option A is in the present tense. And because the sentence is not in a conditional tense, remember I told you that conditional tense marker include could, should, and would. So the second sentence does not have a conditional tense marker. So that will rule off option B and C. So the correct answer is option D. Question 55. Now I'm used dash bread without butter. Now I'm used to dash bread without butter. We have option A, to eat, B, in eating, C, of eating, and D, to eating. The correct answer to this question is option D. This is because whenever used, that's the word used, is being used in a sentence to describe a habit, it is usually followed by the preposition to and a verb that is in the present continuous tense. For example, when I say I'm used to cooking rice for dinner, I'm used to cooking rice for dinner. Here I've described my habit of cooking rice for dinner with the use of to and the present continuous tense of cook, which is cooking. Let's move over to the next section. This section is on stress pattern. I have a video on stress, on the roots of syllable stress. In case you have any confusion about stress, on how to place stress in words, please I advise you watch that video. It will really help you. In that video, I talked about the different roots of syllable stress. It will help you to know the formula that will help you understand stress and be able to rightly place stress in a word. I will leave the link at the description box. Please make sure you watch it because I believe, in fact I know that it will help you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please click on the subscribe button. You already know that it is totally free. It does not cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. It will help you to get instantly notified whenever we upload a new video, like I said earlier. So let's look at the question 56. Alright, question 56, we have ability, registration, C, quadruplicate, D, revivalist. The correct answer to the question is C, quadruplicate, because the other words have the stress on the second syllable. For example, ability is stressed in BI, registration is stressed in GIS, and revivalist is stressed in VI. Question 57. We have option A, competent, B, represent, C, syllables, and D, qualify. The correct answer is option B, represent, because represent has its stress on the last syllable, that is on SENT. Option A, competent, has its stress on CON, which is the first syllable. Likewise, option C and option D. So the correct answer is option B, which is different from the rest of the options. And now we are in the last section of the 2018 Jamb examination questions. In each of the questions, 58 to 60, choose the option that has the same consonant sound as the one represented by the letter or letters underlined. And you know here we are using capital letters to represent the words or letters that are underlined. Okay, question 58. We have thatch. The underlined letters are T and H. Option A, clothing, B, mother, C, then, and D, method. So the correct answer to this question is option D, method. If you listen to the way I even pronounce the words, you find out that the other options have the TH is pronounced as the and not th, as you have in thatch and method. That is to say that the TH in other options are voiced, whereas the TH in method and thatch are not voiced. Question 59. We have shuttle. Shuttle. The underlined letters are C and H. Option A, chat, B, church, C, champagne, and D, chemical. The correct answer to this question is option C, champagne, because the CH that you find in shuttle has the same pronunciation or the same consonant sound with the CH you have in champagne. The CH in shuttle and the CH in champagne are pronounced as sh. The CH in chat and CH in church are pronounced as ch, and the CH in chemical is pronounced as k. Question 60. Joint. We have A, dagger, B, advantage, C, guardian, and D, mightier. The correct answer to the question is option B, advantage, because the J in joint and G in advantage have the same consonant sound. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope it was a good revision for you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button. It will help you to get instantly notified whenever we upload a new video, and also help us to promote this video on YouTube. Please share to your friends so we can help as many people as possible in preparing for the exam.